Welcome everybody, my name's Colin Capino, I'm from Taste of New Haven, and I'm here to help celebrate the 70th anniversary of Grand Apizza. Yeah. We're making pizza, or we're making pizza history here in Connecticut, and we have amazing locations. They came out to Madison to celebrate today, and I want to introduce John Mathers, the president of the Madison Chamber of Commerce, to say a few words.
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, we're thrilled to be here with you today on such an occasion. 70 years for any business is amazing. But you know, the heritage and the tradition of pizza in New Haven County, Connecticut, you're making us world famous. We appreciate it. And we're very honored to have your business in Madison. It's an anchor in our downtown. We have a great product that we all love. So
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's my pleasure to have you in our community too. I mean, I know your family, your multiple generations. You have the new generation right over here. So congratulations, we love you, and keep it going strong.
Thank you.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Gotta chop it.
Yeah, like a pizza.
With your family.
I want to give it up for Grand Apizza and all the years and all the family. Thank you. We were able to bring a few of these guys, Chris, Mike Sr., and Mikey Jr., down to Washington, D.C. last year on May 22nd to celebrate making New Haven the pizza capital of the United States and the Connecticut the pizza state. And this is something that we're still always doing. We're going to have so much more to celebrate, and we have so much more to do because this is what we do best. We really do make great things here. So I love that. And it's all about family. It's all about tradition. My job as a historian in New Haven and Connecticut is to help tell those stories. I love that. I'm so honored and proud to always get brought into these families like family, because that's what they do. They treat people so well. I also was able to do a little discovery. I went into the New Haven land records and I found the lease from February 8th, 1955, when Fred Nuzzo decided that he's going to go on his own and make a little history in New Haven, and it even says the purpose of this business is for an Apizza bakery.
That's right.
In the lease. So there's full proof that they've been doing this for 70 years.
That's right.
And it doesn't matter what town you're in. It doesn't even matter the water you use, because it's about the hands that make it. And these hands are very experienced. So I'm going to give it over to the senior member, but also the youngest of the clan, Mike Nuzzo. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming here today. If it wasn't for all you guys, Grand Apizza wouldn't even exist. I thank all my loyal customers, and there's a couple customers in here that came the first year my father was open. Mary Reynolds is here.
She's in the other room, I think.
Oh, she's in the other room. She was one of my father's first customers, and she's still here. I want to thank my family, my wife, my kids, Brittany, Michael, Christopher, my sister Marianne and Lou, who anchored down my Guilford store and do a fabulous job. I want to go on do a little timeline of how we got to where we are today. My grandmother and grandfather came over from Italy, from Naples, in 1922. my grandfather, they came into Ellis Island. In 1923, my Uncle Nick was born, who owned Modern Apizza, and in 1925, my father was born, who moved over afterwards in 1955 to own Grand Apizza. They had a rough upbringing. They weren't a rich family. My grandmother and grandfather worked in a factory, and back in those days, after school, my uncle and my father went home and got their shoe shine box and walked up and down where they settled on State and East Street. They walked up and down State and East, Orange, Bishop, Edward Street, shining shoes every day. And back in those days, and his two sisters were knitting and crocheting, and back in those days, it was one big pot. They went home and turned the money into their mother and father. And then my grandmother would cook every night skadal and beans. Today it's called panagod. It's a delicacy. In 1937, my Uncle Nick was recruited and went to work for Tony Tolai on State Street, which is now Modern Apizza. My father went off to war. He was a World War II fighter pilot, and he flew 34 bombing missions. And then when he came home from the war, he went to work with his brother at Modern Apizza for 7 years, in '48. Then my uncle bought it from Tony Louis Persano in 1954. A year later, my father opened Grand Apizza on Grand Avenue, and we were there for 50 years. And we sold it after that for 50 years. And one of our workers, George, who's here today, George, wave your hand, bought it. He was one of our workers. He bought it from my father and carried on the tradition in an incredible way. And then my brothers, Rick, owned Grand Apizza North in North Haven in the 1980s. He owned Grand Apizza Bethany, Grand Apizza Cheshire, and then Apizza Haven, Apizza Grand in East Haven. My brother Dave left me. We opened up in Madison in 1993, the original spot. My brother was with me for 8 years. Then he moved out west and opened up his own restaurant called Apizza Heaven. And then after 8 years, we moved down to Clinton. We've been there ever since for 25 years. And then in 2013, we opened this location here. And in 2014, we opened the Guilford location. And now we just keep going. My father laid the foundation. I took it to the second floor. Now my kids are taking it to the penthouse. I thank you all for coming today. I'm a little emotional.
That's okay.
But thank you. Thank you.
You know what? They don't make them like this anymore, but we're trying, and you did great. This is a family story, and you guys are a part of the family. We thank you so much for coming down. Everybody is part of this. Enjoy some Apizza. Have a drink. Tip your bartender. Jerry's a good guy. and come back and spread the word. Have a party with the truck. Come to the Apizza Feast in September, where they won first place at least 1 or 2 years in a row. I didn't even let people vote last year in first place because I was worried Grand was going to get it again. But no, this is how it works. This is the real way we work together the best. Enjoy a food together, and thank you so much for coming down.
I just want to say,
yeah, get on. It's your place.
We're considered one of the, it used to be the big three, now it's the big four. Pepe's and Sally's are two families that are related, and Modern and Grand are two families that are related. So we are the original pizza places from New Haven. And to go one step further, Pepe's is corporate now, and Sally's is corporate now, and Modern is the third owner. Billy bought it from my uncle, but Grand is still the original owners, original family out of the four.
All right.
Yeah.
One other thing too. Last week we purchased a new building in Clinton. We'll be moving into in the spring of '26. We purchased the Comcast building in Clinton, so we'll have a bigger restaurant with a big bar and a lot of fun and parties.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Congrats, buddy. Thank you. You know what we were talking about? It's because in LA, a lot of vegetarian. So like when I say it's vegetarian, people are like, what? It's just so like. Thank you.
I'll make sure to take a copy